So what's the second one?
The second wine? This is Chiroulet, and I had the pleasure of meeting Philippe Fezas when I was in, we had lunch in Condom, in an old castle.
Condom Castle?
Condom Castle, 1-star Michelin restaurant.
So one thing worth pointing out, this is 10.5% alcohol. That's 12.5. This is only 10.5. So it's a great wine for summer. You can, not that we recommend you drink a bottle, but certainly I could drink a bottle and be very, very bright-eyed and bushy-tailed as I look towards the second bottle.
Drink the bottle. Just don't drive anywhere. So here we have Chiroulet, Philippe Fezas, and one thing, he's a very interesting gentleman, clever gentleman. He, when we were having lunch, we started talking, and I started tasting through his wines, and I was like, wow, these wines are a little different than the other Côte de Gascogne. There was a little bit more texture to them, a little bit more detail to them, richness, complexity. And as we got to the tasting through the red wines, I noticed the detail on his red wines and texture. And I asked, I was like, so how do you do this? He says, well, I work for Séguin-Moreau, which is one of the great barrel makers of France. They make their Tonnellerie. And he works as a salesperson, and he works very closely with Séguin-Moreau. So Séguin-Moreau are some of the most expensive and sought-after barrels in the wine world. If you've ever been to any really top-notch wineries, you are certain to see Séguin-Moreau next to Terenceau and Sylvain, and we got into this nice conversation. But here we are moving strictly to Gros Manseng as the lead grape variety. So 50% of this is Gros Manseng. So that's why you're getting much more aromatic complexity in the nose. Sauvignon Blanc is almost a third of the wine, which you're getting that Sauvignon Blanc push. I always think that Sauvignon Blanc is very effusive and jumps out of the glass. And then you have the Louis Blanc giving it structure. But all three of these grape varieties have very razor sharp acidity. So, but here we have more complexity.
It's really a striking difference from the typical Côte de Gascogne, which is a very simple, reliable, refreshing wine. This is much more complex, texturally, aromatically.
Yeah. Well, delicious. I mean, this is, one thing I think here is the texture's changed. I mean,
completely.
The aromatics have changed. You're getting more concentration of aromatics. You're getting more rainbow of flavor profiles. So you're getting lime. You're getting lime, grapefruit, and a touch of like maybe mandarin orange. I think you're getting apple and pear, but a little bit of yellow apple, a little bit of green apple. I think there's a little tropical fruit going on in here. Maybe like unripe pineapple. There's some herbaceousness, but the texture is really, it's got really nice mouthfeel to it, and that's informed by lees aging. So this wine, he puts on the lees for a few months, and lees are the dead yeast cells. So the batonnage system here in probably neutral barrel. He makes another Côte de Gascogne white called Côte d'U, which is incredible, that I'll be pouring by the glass in a couple weeks when it comes down to North Carolina. So I specifically special ordered his wine, the wine above this.
So is this this is a relatively small producer, because it's something unusual for the region?
Well, yeah, he's smaller. Like Terry K is pretty big, and Ubi's pretty big, and Samon is huge. Yeah, he's not as large as the norm there. It's family owned. He's heavily involved in everything. Philippe, and just a really sweet guy, and I really. This wine is kind of like it's an outlier to some degree, because the quality of his wines, I think Terry K is great if you're looking for that different under $10
different style of wine.
If you want something that's a little more intriguing, enticing, under $15, you're now moving a few bucks up the ladder. $13, $14. I think this is retail, and you're moving into you're moving into a wine that has more character. And you're moving into a food wine now. So I think here, you're moving into crab would be wonderful with this. Like just, and for I know Dizelle, you're down in D.C., Maryland area, so blue crab would be one of my first calls here for this. Just great seafood. Again, salads, but you can move the salad up here. You can add some fruit to the salad here. You can add some nuts. You can add some stuff here. And this wine could almost handle that foie gras torchon or something like that.
Which I find to be a fascinating idea.
Yeah.
A little intimidating, to be honest. It's certainly not the first thing that would come to my mind to pair with foie.
Well, these if it grows together, it goes together.
That's what they say.
Right?
That's what they say.
So, what are your thoughts?